All right, let's dive right into today's explainer. We are going to unpack some truly wild psychological phenomena from Lesson 9.2 of our text. And we're not just going to explore the fascinating quirks of the human brain today. We're actually going to break down the specific, advanced Korean language tools you need to discuss these high-level concepts sounding exactly like a native speaker.
So I want you to genuinely think about this for a second. What if your mind could actually reverse the aging process? I know. It sounds totally like science fiction, doesn't it? But before we get into the exact vocabulary and grammar, I really want to hook you with this mind-bending concept, mostly because it perfectly illustrates the incredible, and honestly sometimes unbelievable, power of human perception. Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with playing tricks on the mind, move into the aging mindset experiment, check out the invisible gorilla, and then wrap up with key psychological vocabulary and essential Korean grammar. Let's get to it. Section 1. Playing tricks on the mind. An introduction to human psychology.
Section 2. The aging mindset experiment. Reversing time with thought.
So can what you believe about your age literally change how your physical body functions? To test this out, researchers came up with a brilliantly immersive setup. According to our text, a group of elderly subjects, men in their 70s and 80s, were completely isolated and instructed to live for an entire week assuming they had gone 20 years back in time. We're talking total immersion here. They were surrounded by the music, the news, and the environment of 2 decades prior, acting in literally every way as if they were their younger selves. And here's where it gets crazy. After just 1 week, the results were absolutely astounding. The subjects didn't just feel better, they exhibited objectively increased physical strength and measurable improvements in their memory. Even more shockingly, independent evaluators rated them as visibly younger in appearance. Their mindset directly influenced their biological reality. It beautifully proves the text's assertion that just the thought, "I'm too old to do anything," can actually trap you and artificially accelerate your own aging.
Section 3. The invisible gorilla. The flaws of selective attention.
Let's look at a second psychological mystery. Imagine you're one of the 2,280 participants who took part in this famous experiment. You're shown a short, 36-second video of people passing a basketball, and you're given one simple task. Closely count the number of passes made strictly by the team wearing white shirts. It takes some real deep concentration, right?
But here is the shocking twist the researchers threw in. Right in the middle of this short video, a person in a full head-to-toe gorilla suit walks directly through the players, stops dead in the center of the frame, thumps their chest for a full 9 seconds, and just walks off. Now, when asked if they noticed anything unusual other than the players, an astonishing 315 people, actually, wait, let me frame that differently to really show the scale. Out of a specific subset of 580 respondents, 54% completely failed to see the gorilla. Over half. They were staring right at the video and their brains totally deleted a giant primate from their field of vision. No way, right? This right here brilliantly illustrates the concept outlined in our reading, selective attention, or what the text refers to as a lack of attention. When we're so intensely focused on what we expect to see, like counting the Y team's passes, we completely miss glaringly obvious realities happening right in front of our own eyes. Essentially, our expectations dictate our reality.
Section 4. Key psychological vocabulary, the language of the mind.
Now that we've seen these mind tricks in action, let's learn the exact Korean vocabulary used to describe them. First up is 심리학, which is psychology. This is our core subject today. The text defines it as the academic study of the human mind and behavior. It's the big umbrella term that connects the mental time travel of the elderly men with the whole disappearing gorilla situation. Next is 관찰하다, meaning to observe carefully. You can think of this verb in the context of the researchers meticulously observing the physical changes in those elderly patients, or the viewers of that basketball video trying to observe every single pass. Then we have 주의력, which translates to attention or one's power of mental focus. I really want to highlight this one because it's the exact mental resource that was depleted in the 54% of people who missed the gorilla. Their 주의력 was so consumed by the white shirts they literally had none left over for the unexpected. Moving on to 착각하다, which means to have an illusion or to mistakenly believe something that just isn't true. This word is absolutely perfect for discussing how the mind plays tricks on us. You know, when you think you saw everything in the room but you actually missed a massive detail? Yeah, you are experiencing a 착각. We'll wrap up the vocabulary section with 왜곡하다, meaning to distort or twist reality. This beautifully encapsulates our first experiment.
It explains how a powerful internal mindset can actually bend or distort physical, biological reality, making an 80-year-old body act like a 60-year-old one. Section 5. Essential Korean Grammar. Expressing the impossible.
Okay, knowing the vocabulary is great, but how do we discuss wild hypotheses in Korean? Our first grammar point is 다고치다, which means assuming that, or let's say that. If you just use standard, basic Korean to say, if we assume we go back, sure, it works. But using 다고치고 is the advanced native way to set up a hypothetical scenario. It is the perfect grammatical tool for researchers setting up an experiment, like telling subjects to live assuming they've gone back 20 years.
To see this in everyday action, check out this example from the textbook. 내일까지 비가 온다고 치면 이번 주 내내 비가 오는 거네요. This translates to, assuming it rains until tomorrow, that means it's raining all week. It shows how seamlessly a native speaker applies 다고치다 to create a hypothetical condition just to draw a logical conclusion from it.
Our second advanced grammar point is li가 만무하다, meaning there is absolutely no way that, or it is highly improbable that. If you're discussing the basketball video and someone tells you they completely missed the gorilla, your standard response might be a simple, that's impossible. But using 고릴라들 못 봤을 리가 만무하다 perfectly expresses a strong, sheer disbelief that someone could miss a giant primate thumping its chest in plain sight. It adds so much flavor.
We can see this strong conviction in another textbook example. 마리코 씨는 장학금을 충분히 받고 있으니 경제적인 이유로 귀국했을 리 만무합니다. Because Mariko is receiving plenty of scholarship money, there is absolutely no way she returned to her home country for financial reasons. This grammar point forcefully yet elegantly shoots down an unlikely possibility.
So, I want to end this explainer with a pretty provocative question for you to take away. If your mind is capable of completely erasing a giant gorilla from your vision simply because you are busy counting passes, what else in your daily life is your mind distorting right now? It's kind of a crazy thought, right? I highly encourage you to actively practice your new Korean psychology vocabulary and grammar as you examine your own daily perceptions. Keep questioning what you see, and definitely keep learning.